let's look at someone who says, I love this person, but I'm finding it so difficult to trust this person. Like you're fighting hard to get the truth that that person has not given you. Can that be referred to as love or something else?
If you love someone and you feel like you can't trust the person, just know you're lying yourself. You can't love something you can't trust. You look at the babies. Babies love their parents and they have too much trust in them. That's when, like when you're playing with your baby, even if you throw him up, that baby comes laughing, trusting that you're going to fall. Yes. So there's nothing that I love this person but I don't trust them. No, it is not there. You're just pretending, or maybe you're after something else. But if it is a real relationship, trust has to be there.
Okay. Now, to you, our viewer, like Abed has said, you may find it hard, you may be lying to yourself if you love someone, and again you say that you don't trust that person. Keep sharing that comment. You can drop your comment. What do you think about trust in a relationship? Is it possible to love someone you don't trust? Is it possible to love someone and you keep that love, yet you don't trust this person? What do you think? You can drop that comment. And in the future, and some episodes to come, we shall be discussing exactly those comments that you will have given us. We keep following, and of course we keep track of whatever comment you give us now. Looking at trust, we are looking at building trust and intimacy.
Yeah.
Now, most of us, we've kind of misfired. We've kind of mistaken intimacy to be sex, like sexual intercourse. When you think about in fact, even when Becky had me talk about intimacy, she thought we were talking about the sexual intercourse. But intimacy goes beyond that. You can have sex with someone, like you can have intercourse with someone without intimacy.
That's very intimate. Then how do you have sex without? Why are we talking about sex?
It could look like that. It could look like that. But seriously, we've seen a lot of people who have gone into that. Like they've bonded and they've had what we call the sexual intercourse. But when these people have no intimacy, like you go there and have something that you want to end, like you want to satisfy yourself. But when there is nothing like intimacy now, intimacy goes beyond that. It is totally different. In fact, it is not that what you think. Intimacy is having someone, like sharing with that person. You feel that person is your life. You cannot be without that person. You cannot live without that person. And generally, intimacy would be like being intimate would be finding someone who you feel you cannot live without. You share emotions, you share feelings, you share a lot of things far beyond what we always think about. And in a relationship, we have had people who have started relationships because of sex. Like you meet someone, you meet and bond together, you do those things like what you're thinking about, and at the end of the day,
there is a way you're boldly saying, sex, man, you're scaring me.
Oh, sorry. But at the end of the day, you think this person is intimate, and you call that intimacy, which is not.
Okay.
We shall keep on learning more about this, but for now, I would want to take us through some of the ways how intimacy can be seen. Like we have what we call emotional intimacy, like you share emotions together.
Physical intimacy.
Yeah, we have now physical intimacy. I don't know why you're rushing to physical. Physical intimacy involves that where you're going to to physically meet, like you can hug, you're going to do the holding of the hands, like you're doing that
And
physically.
I think that is the best part of intimacy.
Ideally, it has to be the last. It
But
has
it
to
is
be
the
the last.
best.
No, it has to be the last. You need to start with the psychological part of it, and this is where most of us go wrong. When you think about intimacy, you think about going into the bed, you think about hugging, you think about kissing, which is ideally supposed to be the very last thing.
No, it is not supposed to be the last. It depends on how you people like perceive it.
Okay.
Yes. You can decide to make it first and you develop the others later. Well, in intimacy, we have emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, intellectual intimacy, and spiritual intimacy.
Yes.
Yeah, but they all rotate on one thing. They all rotate on connecting with someone.
Yes, true.
Physically, emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually. So, intimacy still means sex.
Now I understand where I will always go wrong. We've always rushed to going into the physical intimacy, and we've kind of abandoned the emotional intimacy, things to do with empathy. And before you go into physical, make sure that you've really proved, you've really understood that this person
but why are you discouraging physical intimacy?
Because I don't want these people to get problems. I don't want us to get problems in future.
The order doesn't matter. As I told you, you can start with the physical, then it drives you to emotional.
In most cases, this is why most ladies have always said that guy used me. I think that is where it comes from.
But even men same will use them. That thing cuts across. You may think you're using someone and the person.
In most cases, men are used because they thought maybe they were going for the physical intimacy, and they skipped the other parts, like the other things, and at the end of the day, this man is doing whatever it takes to see that he gets this person in his convenience, in his security. Like, he wants to get this person. Now, after doing whatever it takes and you've not got this person, that's when you say, this person I think used me, and this person wanted to kind of fulfill her own goals. But for the ladies who have said I've been used, you find he rushed into the physical intimacy things. When I give this man,
why?
That's the word you normally use, right? Ladies. When I give this man, you think when you give that man, when you give that guy, he's going to feel loved.
What was that necessary?
Anyway, we shall be coming back to intimacy now, Becky. Coming back to trust. How can someone build trust? What exactly do we need to do to make sure that we build trust with the people we love, with the people we are in a relationship with, after realizing that it is one of the key things we should build in a relationship? What are those things we need to focus on to ensure that the trust is strongly built?
Yeah, trust. Trust is a fundamental tool in every relationship. I mean the healthy relationships. And we are going to look at the elements of trust. Yeah, elements of trust, because you can't just say trust when you don't really know what is in trust. So in trust, when you're trying to build trust, there are elements which help you to build that trust in the person you want. For example, we are going to talk about honesty. Honesty is very important in any relationship, whether it's new or old, whether you're married or not, and even not even these our relationships, the intimate one, but even family relationships, in friendship, you have to be honest with the person you think is important to you. You have to tell them the real truth.
Don't you think being honest has some steps like you feel at this extent this person should not know this about me? You feel I need to reserve this for this time until when the right time comes?
No, that is not right. What if that person discovers the truth before you unveil
No, wait.
it? It kills trust.
We are making a relationship with someone we've not had for the past years. Take for instance, Becky, you're meeting a gentleman in his early 30s. Okay, you're meeting Binix in his 30s, and we've had that long life. He has also had the previous life, 30 years on this universe, and you want this person to know more about you, and you would love this person to know more about you. But why I say trust has steps, you have things that you feel, no, for now, let me keep this, for now, let me reserve this. What do you think about that?
Honesty is honest. Just be honest from the beginning. It is on that person to accept you the way you are or to leave you. Tell them the whole truth, because you may think you are reserving for the future and he gets to know it before you telling him, and he will think you have not been too honest. Now, for example, I want to tell you, me, I've ever lost a good relationship because of hiding something I thought
What's that?
like it wasn't so much important, and I didn't talk about it in our whole relationship. But the person got to know about it before me telling him about it, and the relationship ended just like that. He was like, Becky, you betrayed me, you were not honest with me. But yet I was planning, I was waiting for the right time to come. Then I explained everything, but that right time did not come. So